control. And so, of course, I wanted to take control. I was like, oh, I don't want to help anybody. He says no. So I wrote what I call a 12-module inner confidence program. And that program represented the book that I wrote. So I only had the program written first with the audio, right? And then he says, oh, no, that's going to be a book. I was like, oh, like I've never even written a book before. How's this going to be a book? Literally in 30 days, I sat down and wrote the book. And he says, now release it. And I said, but who would buy it? I don't know if anybody would want it. And he literally said to me, I already have control. I didn't ask you how many people would buy it, who would buy it, but I know it's a need for it. So why would I tell you to write it if it wasn't? So literally, January 1st, I pre-launched the book with P2P branding, the book cover. Yes. I pre-launched the book, and literally, me and my coach went on New Year's Eve. We went on live on Periscope. And she says, well, how many copies are we thinking about having people sell, buying the pre-sales? I'm like, oh, I don't even know. She said, oh, I know. 150 copies in pre-sales. I was like, oh, she tripping. Like, what? Where you get that number from? She said, we're stepping out and saying, she said, I'm charging everybody. We need 150 copies sold when we go pre-sales. 10 days in pre-sales. 380 copies sold in 10 days. And I was tripping off of 150 that she said. Right. See, again, God can dream a bigger dream than we can ever dream ourselves. And so literally now that book has been selling and people have been buying it all over. And I'm like, wow, somebody live in such and such. Oh my goodness. Like, wow, when I see that come up, because they can show you what states or countries they're buying the book from. So I'm super excited. I'm all at the post office, mailing them out, got my little cute packaging, branding, right? Because I don't want to receive something ugly. Right. So why should I send something ugly out to my customers? So if anybody don't know, pink is my favorite color, yes. So I got my little pink bags and I put all my books and mailed them out with cute labels in my pink bags and my black bags, making sure, because if you was a man, you got a black bag. If you was a woman, you got a pink bag. So I had it all planned out, and I'm selling the books and I'm selling the books. And then God says, okay, well, what about the program that you wrote, the audios? When's somebody gonna hear that? Right. And I was like, no, let's let the book sell first. Can I tell you, he will keep pushing you. See, we want to stay in our comfort zone. How many of you are enjoying your comfort zone? And be honest, because comfort means you don't have to stretch. Stretch. It's okay. Like rubber bands, they stretch. Stretch. It's all right. What you get at the end of your stretch is so much greater than what you'll get if you stay still. So it's time for us as women to stretch. I tell people all the time, for me, in those 2 years of discovering and growing and God purging me, because how many of you know the story with the woman at the well, right? So she was there at the well wanting to get more water, right? She missed it. In my eyes, she missed it. Because what I got from that, when God showed me that story, was I'm like the woman at the well, but instead I said, I don't believe that it was about the buckets. For me, it was about him even allowing me in his presence. That meant so much more to me than anything else. I said, God, just because you believe I'm worthy enough for you to use, that means more to me than anything. Because I felt like I was so broken and I was so stuck on my past hurts and mistakes that I couldn't see that God could use me. And so he says, that's why I want you to go and share with women all over, because some of them are broken too. And they believe that something that happened in their past or something that disappointed them in life means that they can't be fully used, but yes, they can. Remind them. So I remind everyone today that he can use you just as you are. Stop trying to be made up. Stop trying to be pretty. Stop trying to be sparkly before you allow him to use you. Because he can use you right in the state that you're in, and then in that state he'll keep building you. Right? Some of us are afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fall. I'm not afraid to fail because I believe that's where I'm going to learn the biggest lesson, right? So had I launched that book and it not sold one copy, it would have been okay with me. Because I realized I did something he wanted me to do. So if we don't try, we never know. So some of you are holding on to stuff, whatever it might be. A matter of fact, let's just, everybody be transparent, be vulnerable. Can I tell you that's where you grow? Who's holding on to something? And tell us what it is. It could be a product. It could be a book. It could be telling your story and speaking. One thing, and anybody, can we get a couple about, yeah, see, this is just to know what time it is.
I wrote a play, and I just haven't gotten it out. A book and a play.
And a play. Today is your day. Don't hold it no more, let it out.
I wrote a fiction story, but I'm an insurance agency, so I'm incredibly busy, so I haven't really done much with it, so.
Take time, allocate time. You already wrote it. What's there left? To get it formatted, you don't need to do that, right? Give it to somebody else whose expertise already work in that area. If you need somebody, I know a perfect person who did mine. You can email us, you have your book formatted in no time, you're gonna create space, you self-publish.
Right.
Only thing is waiting is you.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the fact that you work a busy job.
Right.
My business plan, I've written it up, and next time I'm just going back and proof, okay, this has to be this before I even launch anything, basically.
Okay, can I tell you, most businesses, for real, let's be real entrepreneurs that are in the building. Most of y'all don't have a business plan. Right? You waiting on that, girl, you missing out on that chime, right? You said hourly chime. You missing out on that hourly chime because you're worried about something that's on a piece of paper. Do you need funders to start?
I do.
Then why are you waiting to finish then? Because, again, don't proof your own stuff.
Right.
Find somebody else to proof your business plan. And it'll be done within 24, 48 hours. And so nobody else is in your way but you.
Right.
Who else? See, we getting somewhere. Some of y'all gonna leave here ready today. Yes.
I got my website. I just keep proofing it, and keep changing stuff, and feel like I keep missing stuff, and I just can't seem to get it out there yet.
Okay, so she said her website. Can I tell y'all, when I launched my new platform, Regina Robinson Speaks to Inner Confidence Strategist, and I launched my book on January 1st, I didn't have a website. I didn't have a website. Why? Because I said, I'm not going to be the one to do it because I definitely can't create a website. Can we be real? I have hello, stop trying to do what you're not great at doing. That's why it's not done. Because you're trying to figure out something, because you don't like images, pictures, the wording. That's not for you to do because that's not your area. That's why you're struggling. Give it up. Your website can be launched tomorrow. Turn it over to P2P. That's who launched mine. See, you guys are so busy trying to handle things that you don't have expertise in, so it is holding you up. So let me give you the example that I use with everyone. I tell people all the time, your greatness lies at the edge, and every time you proof that website, you're taking a step. But the problem is, I said over the edge. You're not willing to take all the steps and take the jump. You know how in Double Dutch, how many people